तत्र किम येन कर्मणा चंद्रमंडलम आरूढ़ तस् सर्वस्य क्षय तस्मात् अवरोहणम किं वा सावशेष इति. The objector arises the question now. The person who has ascended to the lunar world, lunar sphere, owing to those actions, certain actions, do all actions of that person. Tasya sarvasya karmanaha kshaye sati. Totally, all the actions get destroyed, exhausted. Tasmad avarvanam, then he will return from that. Or kimva savashishiti, or there will be some residual actions, karma rights, fruits of which he will have to enjoy in this world, therefore he will come back. The Siddhanti, the doctrine asks, what do you want to say here? What do you mean by this statement? It seems totally foolish statement like. He says, then he is giving what he meant. Again Purvaksha starts, yadi, Purvaksha. Yadi sarvasya ukshaya karmanaha chandramandastha siva moksha prapnodi. I mean to say that if totally all the actions of his get exhausted in that Chandraloka, get destroyed in that lunar sphere itself, then that person, being in that world itself, lunar world itself, will be liberated. At that moment only he starts. Come on, boss. Don't speak foolishly more than this. Tishtatu tavat tatra mokshasya annava iti. Keep aside, let that question, whether that person is going to get liberation there or not, let that question be put aside for a while. First, let me ask you certain things. A person who is coming, you said they will come back. Even after liberating, they are coming back. Then how you ask, when all the karma kshaya, tasmat avarohanam. After all karma kshaya, also avarohanam you are asking. With residual is avarohanam or without karma or avarohanam? This is what you want to ask. Saying, without any actions, fruit being unenjoyed, he is returning, and with certain actions which fruits he has to enjoy, he is returning. Returning is in both cases. Being liberated there, also he will return. Then what is the meaning of liberation? And if at all he returns also. Let me accept for a while. Having liberated there, he is returning. Then how will you get a body over here? Without karma, you can't get any body. He starts from this point. Tata agatasya sharira upabhogadinna sambhavati. Tata agatasya. A person who has come from there to this world here, to him sharira upabhogadi na sambhavati. That person, there is no possibility at all of embodiment here, that he cannot have any enjoyment here at all. Sharira and upabhoga. Sharira, upabhoga, adi. Embodiment, enjoyment, etc. of that person cannot take place over here. Because there is no karma at all. All karma kshaya. Number one. Number two, the answer is all karma cannot become kshaya there at all. All the actions cannot be destroyed, cannot get exhausted over there. Why? Because the Smriti, Gautamiya Smriti says, Tata Sheshena Itya Smriti Virodascha Syat. Then there will be contradiction with this Gautamiya Smriti which says, no, whoever goes to whichever loka, if he is returning means he is returning some residual actions. The whole mantra is given over here, the Gautamiya Smriti, in the Tippanam of Kailasasram. Varna ashramascha swakarmanishtaha pretyakara phalam anubhuya तथा शेषेण विशिष्ट देश जाति कुल रूपायु श्रुत वृत्त वित्त सुख मेधसो जन्म प्रतिपाद्यते ब्रह्म जन्म प्रतिपद्यन्ते. Being in certain state of life, ashrama, and based in class of life, varna, you have been doing many karmas, swakarma nishtaha. The person has done his own duties. that has been enjoined according to his class and state of life. Pretya, having done that, to being a totally ritualist, pure ritualist he is now. Swakarma nishtha, no dhyan nishtha. Swakarma nishtha, Pretya, having departed from this earth, karma phalam anubhuya, goes up to Chandra or any loka, having enjoyed the fruits of the actions that he had done over here. Tata sheshena. He returns from there back with some residual actions to be enjoyed. How he returns? What he gets over here is Vishishta Desh. He will put in a particular country, particular place, particular class, jati, particular kula, particular family, their dynasty, particular rupa. He will be given a particular man or woman or the monk or whatever it is. Ayu, the age of that body is also decided. Shruta, what all he will be having, the knowledge is decided. Vritta, what all he is going to do. And Vitta, how much he will be having money, how much he will lose and how much he will gain. Sukha, all the enjoyments. Medasaha, the ability of intellection. All these things, including all these things, Janma Pratipadyante, that person takes birth. This is the Gautami Smriti. So, what are you saying? It will become contradictory to the Gautami Smriti also. Not only that, moreover, he says, it is impossible, being in one body, that you can exhaust all the karmas. Because the karmas that are there in you are not fit. The fruits of the karmas that are in you cannot be enjoyed in any one body at all. The body is not fit at all. But being in this body, you can't become like exhaust the fruits of actions related to a monkey. You can't jump from one branch to another branch, from one tree to another tree. Can you do that? That vasana is also there inside. So all actions cannot get exhausted at all. Nanu. Here Nanu is not for Purvapaksha. Surely. Ishtapurta datta. Nanu here, surely. Ishtapurta datta vitrekenapi. Manushaloge. Sharupa bhoga nimittani karmani. Anekani sambhavanti. Because you see, the person has gone to the lunar world. Why? He had done certain Ishtapurta and datta. Ishta means rituals. Stated in the Vedas, the Vedic rituals. Purta, public welfare. Datta, charity. Due to these, karma has gone over there. How can you expect a person, a householder, being in this world, will be doing his whole life only Ishtapurta and Datta, nothing else? He will do many other things also in the other time. Because all the 24 hours he is not engaged himself to these things only. So, other than these karma, Ishtapurta and Datta, Manushaloke, in this human world, Sharvapa Bhoga Nimittani, Karmani, Anekani Samodhi, there is a possibility of doing many other types of karma actions, which may become cause to attain many different types of bodies and different types of enjoyments, which are incompatible to each other. Najit Tesham Chandramandali Upabhoga. And you can never imagine that all of them will be enjoyed being in the lunar world itself. Ata Akshinani Tani. Therefore, there are many such actions which are not getting exhausted by enjoying in the lunar sphere. Yen nimittan Chandramandalam Arudaha Taniyeva Kshinani iti avirodha. Therefore, what you have to say actually is, those actions owing to which he had ascended to the lunar sphere, those actions are fruits of those actions only are enjoyed and got exhausted. This is what you have to say. Not all, in totality. Sheshabdascha, because the Shesha Shabda told in Gautami Smriti, Tatha Sheshena, the word that is used here, the Shesha, which means remainder. Something is remaining, there is residue. सर्वेशा कर्मत्व सामान्य विरुद्ध all sarvesham all that karma which is a residue for them in general is a shesha. Shesha means it does not indicate a particular karma which can give a particular body. Things are left. What are those things? That can be of anything, related to anything, which may be a cause for anything else, any type of birth also. We cannot specify what is left over. Because this Shesha Sarvesham Karvatva Samanyad Aviruddha. The word Shesha, remainder or residue that is used here, is not contradictory because it is mentioning all residue actions in general. All residue actions. अतएव च तत्रैव मोक्षसेति दोषाभावः. अतएव च तत्रैव मोक्षः स्यात् इति. Therefore, what you are telling that he will get liberated there only, this fault never arises at all. There is no question of stating so that the person will get liberated there only. This is the biggest fault. A person goes there, enjoys all the karmas get exhausted, and he will become liberated. This is not at all a fault at all. There is no dosha bhava eva. विरुद्ध अनेक योनि उपभोग फलानांच कर्मणाम एकैकस्य जंतोर आरंभकत्व संभवा. Because he said the reason is the karma, the residual actions which are left over become a cause for embodiment and enjoyment, and that too not one body. They are viruddha, aneka, various and not compatible, also incompatible. Upabhoga phalanam yoni viruddha aneka yoni, viruddha yoni and aneka yoni. Kinds of bodies. Upabhoga phalanam. Yoni is just a body or species. Because it's not only human body you may attain. Person attain animal bodies, creature bodies. Therefore, it is in general yoni. He not say manusha janma. Now, Manushya Upabhoga Phalam, Bhashaka is not saying so. It's general word is using yoni. Any species you can get into. Upabhoga Phalanam. At a time, kind of bodies at a time lead to the birth of only one kind of creature. The point is that at one time you can attain one kind of creature birth only, not all kinds of creatures of birth. Chakaramana ekaikasya janto is that among those actions. Only one type of creature you can take birth at one time. And but the karma, the residual actions which are left over for enjoyment, among those actions, each and every action has got the ability to give separate births. Ekaikasya jantoho arambhakat sambhavat. They can begin a birth or give a body, produce a body for that particular performer person. Nachekasunjani sarvakarmanam kshapapadate. And it's impossible to imagine also that all the actions get exhausted in one single birth. Sarvakarmanam ekasani janmani kshaya naupapadyate. It is not logical also to say so. Why? Because according to Shruti, Smriti and Purana, you can see ब्रह्महत्यादेः च एकैकस्य कर्मणो अनेक जन्म आरंभकत्व समरणात्. There is a single sinful action like killing a Brahmin, murdering a Brahmin, becomes productive of many lives. One papam giving you many lives. Because killing a Brahmin is the worst papa among all other sins. And having done such a sin, you cannot you can expect that it will be a short-term suffering. Long-term suffering is there for that. And that may take many births also, not a single birth. And moreover, sthavaradi praptanam chatyanta mudhanam. And if you say, and a person, for example, people who have attained the state of immovable things like trees, etc., according to you, they will have no chance at all to develop themselves. Because in that birth, all the karma get exhausted. Just like the person has gone to lunar world, all his karma gets exhausted. Similarly, a person has become a tree, his karma will also get exhausted. In that birth itself, in one single birth, all the karmas are getting exhausted. If you have taken birth of a tree, in that birth only all karmas should get exhausted. Then how is going to get the utkarsha? He says, utkarsha hai to atyant mudha, no, this is another word. Perform actions that mean for attaining superior birth and all, he cannot do any actions in that point. Because at that stage, how he is? He is extremely ignorant. Atyanta mudhana. Sthavaradi praptana. Because those people are extremely ignorant. In such a case, how you can think over that those people being in that state also have, there's a possibility of them attaining higher quality births or a better creature. They'll take a better birth. Karmana arambhagatva sambhavat. Utkarsha hetoh karmana arambhagatva sambhavat. Because there's no possibility at all that they can be performing actions that may cause for a better birth. Garbhabhutanancha. Another one more objection given by Shankaracharya against the objector. You see, then what is going to happen to these people who are getting aborted? Garbhabhutanam sransamananam, having entered into the womb and aborted. At 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, or miscarriage takes place. Either abortion, knowingly done is abortion, and unknowingly if the child dies, it is miscarriage. To any one of the things can happen. In that case, what happens to that jiva? Karma asambhava. He has not done any action at all. Then will you not get further transmigration in the samsara? Sansara utpatti syat. Then he will not come back to samsara, then where he will go? Because he took birth, or not complete birth, semi-birth like it is. He has to come into the womb after going all the cycle. But he could not come into this world. He was aborted or miscarried, due to which he has died. He has not come to samsara at all. He could not do any action. Then further what is going to happen to him? Will not get any birth? According to you, he should not get it all. Sansara utpatti syat. Tasmat, therefore, nahi kasmin janmani sarvasham karanam upbhava. Therefore, this has to be decided, apprehended, that in one single birth, all the actions cannot be enjoyed and got exhausted. So what you have to decide here? You have to keep in the mind that whichever type of birth, whether short-term, long-term, aborted, miscarried, or having come into the non-moving creature's state, or whichever it is, birth, whatever, how much ever fruits of actions has to be enjoyed in that particular birth, only get exhausted by enjoying over there. And there are a lot of residual actions which have not yet given the fruits. To enjoy them, they may get many various incompatible births. Yattu kashiduchyate sarva karma ashrupa mardena prayane karmanam janma arabhakatvam. As for the statements made by some people, sarva karma ashrupa mardena prayane. Because when a person departs from this body, what is doing? The present body, which is the locus, which is the adhara, ashraya of all the karmas, that is dead now. At the time of death, this body is gone. The karma ashraya is gone. The locus of all the actions is dead, or is destructed by burning also totally after death. Prayani karmanam janma arambhakatvat. Some actions, when that is destroyed, that time only they become arambhakam, they become productive of a new birth. Those residual actions only become productive at that time only. But the question that is putting here is tatra kanichit karmani anarambhakatvena tishtanti kanichit janmarambhante iti nopapadite. What he says is acceptable to a certain extent. At the time of death, all the actions get together. Sanchita karma, out of which some become prarabdha karma, and they give the next body. But the objector, what he wants to say here, some people who are saying, they say at the time of birth, all actions won't get together. This is against our Siddhanta, against the doctrine. At the time of birth, actually, first what happens, all the Sanchita karma get together. Among them, the one who have got that ability to give ready to give the fruits, they get separated among that Sanchita karma. And they become a group. Because they are ready to give the fruits. And they only will give the birth. But what the Purva Paksha, the object wants to say is, all never come together at all. Only some come, only those actions come over which are ready to give the fruits only. But Acharya Shankara says no. At the time of death, all Sanchita karma get together. And depending upon your vasana, what is there in your memory, what is your sankalpa, depending upon that, the prarabdha karma is created. Because if the prarabdha karma is beforely decided of next birth also, at the time of death, without relating to your vasana, then the smriti, yam yam bhavam smaran, tejatante kalagaram, will be contradicted. Therefore, all Sanchita will come, and having the Sanchita karmas getting together, being in front of you, now, out of them, which actions become prarabdha karma depends upon what is there in your memory at the time of death. Depend upon the vasana at the time of death. Accordingly, among those Sanchita karma, some become prarabdha karma.
But the Sanchita karma which are going to be fructified, they came together, right? So that will become prarabdha karma for the next life.
No. But in Sanchita karma, it is not only that much which are fructifying. Billions and millions of karmas are there.
That's true, but for
all come together.
Oh.
Bhashyakara says all come together first. Among them, some get separated, which are ready to fructify. But the Purva Paksha says, Kanichit karamani anarambhakatveniyu tishtanti. At that state, tatra means at the time of death, Kanichit karamani anarambhakatveniyu tishtanti. Some actions, without becoming effective, stand by. Kanichit janma arabante. And some become the cause of birth. They become productive. Iti nopapadyate. This is not logical, Bhashyakara says. Because that smriti will become. Then what is used at the time of whatever you remember, what is there in your memory, or what you are remembering, is of no use at all. It is not going to affect on the next birth. At the time of death, what we are remembering, if that has to affect our prarabdha karma, means that all Sanchita karma is getting together. Among them, depending upon my vasana, what I am remembering, accordingly they have to give the fruits. Therefore, those actions related to my remembrance only come into effect. They become productive. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, no, what the Purva Paksha is telling is totally illogical. Nothing stands by, and only those which are fructifying, they will only come forward. It is not like that. Why? Bhashyakara says, Maranasya sarva karma abhivinchakatta. But death is the revealer of all Sanchita actions, all deposited actions. It reveals all actions, not one or a few. Swagochara vinjaka pratibhavaditi. Just like a lamp which reveals all objects which are within its range. Similarly, it is here. Up to here, Purva Paksha. Because lamp has got limits. I is taking for this also examples for Purva Paksha only. Lamp has got certain limits. Within that area, whatever it is, only that much is illumined. The rest is not. Similarly, at the time of death, only a few come and they have become productive and effective, and the rest stand by. For that is given the example in that way. Bhashakara said tadasat. No, it is impossible so. Why? Sarvasya sarvatmakatva abhigumat. For it is admitted that all pervading self, they identify themselves with all pervading self. Sarvasya sarvatmakatva abhigumat. This is the Siddhanta. Everything is identified with the all pervading self Atman. Therefore, at the time of death, what all is there in Atman? There is a self identified with Atman. Because the Drishya, there is a Chitrapada Drishtanta is there. No, the Drishya, all the pictures are identified with the clock. Similarly, here also, all the actions are identified with your self. And yourself is self-pervading. It's all pervading thing, yourself. When it's all pervading, whatever actions you might have done, whichever birth, wherever you had been, all are related over there. It is there only. There at the time of death, when you are moving towards you, the self starts to ascend or descend from this body to some other state. At that time, all this will be getting together. They will be there. नहीं सर्वस्व सर्वात्मक देश काल निमित्त अवरुद्धत्वात् सर्वात्मक उपमर्द कसचित क्वचित अभिव्यक्तिर्वा सर्वात्मक उपपद्यते. Because since they are delimited, you cannot say that since all things are identified with the all pervading self, sarvasya sarvatmakatve. Sarvasya means all the things. Sarvatmat mein identified with all pervading self, then since it is so, then you can never say that they are being delimited by space, desha, kala and time. Time, space and causation, nimitta. They cannot be avaruddha. Avaruddha means they cannot be limited by these things. But instead, sarvatmana upamardha, there can be no destruction in its totality. Sarvatmana means in its total form, it cannot be destructed at all. Kasachit kvachit abhyuktirva sarvatmana upapadyate. Na, you add here, na upapadyate. And even it is not even possible that all the karmas get together and all of them start to give the fruits. Even this is also not possible. Kasachit kvachit abhyuktirva. By destructing or dismantling the wholeness of all the karma, a few will start to, it's not also like that. Just what a big tree, what does it do? It kills all the small plants and goes up. Similarly, certain karmas will destruct all other karma and start to give the fruits. Even that's not like that. And you can't even say that sarvatmana upapadyate. They all get together and all start to give the fruits. And that also cannot be said. Tatha karmanam api sashrayanam bhavet. So also in the case of the locus of actions and their results. The actions, all the actions, be this locus, this body is dying. That does not mean that all the actions done by this body, when you were in this body, all of them also get destructed along with the body. This cannot be said. Certain actions done while you were in this body have given fruit here only and they get destructed. That does not mean that all the actions done by this body, being in this body by you, will also get destructed along with the body. This cannot be said. There are some purushartha which I have done here, the fruits of which you will be enjoying in some other birth. If they get destroyed along with the body also, then the karma principle, the principle of actions itself get destroyed. In whichever birth, whatever you have done is exhausted there only. Then there's nothing left over for the next birth. What will be the cause? On which basis you can say that a person will get rebirth? Because whatever actions among the actions that you have done in this body, among them, some are left over, which have not enjoyed being in this body itself. The actions of those things will have to be enjoyed in some other birth, some other body. What he had said before, he had told, along with the body, the karma also get destroyed. That cannot be accepted. Karmanam api sashrayanam tatha, it is, they also no upapadate, marda upamardana no upapadate. Their destruction cannot be accepted. Yathacha purvanubhutam, purvanubhuta मनुष्य मयूर मर्कटादि जन्मादि जन्म अभिसंस्कृता. Just like before, as the various incompatible births that you had taken, among them, for example, you had been maybe a man, maybe a peacock, maybe a monkey, etc., etc. In those births, abhisanskrita, the various incompatible viruddha aneka vasana, the various incompatible tendencies acquired by this jiva when he was in his earlier births, when he was a man or a peacock or a monkey, etc. And now, as a result of those vasana, when you are a monkey, what you will be doing? At the time of birth itself, you know how to hang to your mother's body. Who has taught it? Bhashikara says, Markatagattu prapakena karmana. Due to the actions which is going to lead him to a monkey's birth. Markata janma arabhamanena nopamrudyante. And just by those karma, those actions which are fructifying at present by giving a monkey's body, will not destroy the vasanas, the tendencies of other bodies, of Manushya, peacock and other bodies. Those vasanas also will be here. When you are a monkey, at that time also, the tendencies, the vasanas of the other bodies, the human bodies, the peacock body or animal bodies or other creature bodies, those vasanas also will be there. Just because the tendency of the monkey has now become effective, that does not mean it is going to destruct the tendencies of other births.
They will be subtle.
They will be subtle. They are subtle. That's why saying, to karmana, margata janma aramane, nopamridyante. They are not getting destroyed or eliminated. Are they not here? Tatha karmani api. Similarly, why don't you understand it karma also? Karma also will be residual in the same way. Just like the tendencies are standing by, awaiting for their chance to come up in some other birth. So why not the karma? Certain actions also will be there. Tatha karmani api. Anya janu prapti nimittani nopamridyante. Similarly, it is with the actions which are the cause for other births will also not get destroyed. Iti yuktam. To say so is actually logical. Yadi sarvaha purjanmanubhava vasana upamridyeran. And if you say all the tendencies of all the previous births, whichever birth it might be, all get destroyed, upamridyeran, markata janma nimittena, just because you got the birth of a monkey, by that all other sanskaras and vasanas get destroyed. Markata janmani arabde, at the time of the birth of a monkey, that janma has started, janmani arabde, markata se jata matra se mato shakaya shakantra gamane. The monkey, as soon as it takes birth, at that moment itself, when it sees the monkey, mother monkey, is going to jump from this branch to other branch. Within seconds, it just sticks up to the mother's stomach. Why? How it happened? Because as soon as you said the birth takes place, all the tendencies of the other births have been destructed. Then this tendency of a monkey vasana also, if it had been a monkey before, that monkey vasana has also been destructed now by this monkey birth. In this birth, here it is not practiced at all. Who taught it in this birth? The voice says, Jata matrasya matu shaka shakandra gamanakale matru udhar sanglagnatwadi kaushalam. Holding the belly of the mother and their skill in that also. If once it fails, the mother does not accept the child. See the speciality of the monkeys, If once a child fails to hold the mother's belly, if that is forced down by chance, All the monkeys get to kill it. You are not fit to be in our group now. Because you are not the quality of a monkey. You are something else. Therefore you should be killed. They all get together and kill that child. And by chance it somehow misses and runs away. Usually it happens like that. God is there to rescue. That child runs away from their hold and goes somewhere else. And he also becomes a hero later. Then he fights with other monkeys and takes the females of them. This is not Wali and all. That's the even now. Having the wives of others, women of others as once one wife. That's there in monkey one now. They fight like anything and grab some of the females and take run away. Make a separate group. This is how it happens. So he says, you see, the holding mother's belly, that skill you are seeing in a just born baby also. How it came, no property, that should now happen. If all the previous tendencies have been destroyed, this cannot happen at all. Iha janmani anabhyasatva. Because since it has taken birth, now from that moment, it has not been taught or practiced at all. But still you can find the skill. How they jump and they catch the mother. The mother is jumping, they jump behind and hold her belly. They are expert in that. So that's not possible if you, according to your statement, if you believe that all the tendencies get destroyed at the moment of one birth, then in that birth, from the beginning of the moment of the birth itself, what all tendencies you are seeing, that from where it has come. So as seeing these things, you have to accept that the tendency of the monkeys of the previous birth, when you were previously sometime monkey, whatever tendencies were there, that is still even now. If that can sustain, why not the tendencies of other births also? Similarly, with the karma. न चातीत अनंतर जन्मनि मर्गड़त्वमेव आसीत् तस्य इति शक्यं वक्तुम्. And just in the preceding birth itself, he was a monkey, and that time he had practiced and he has become skillful. This you cannot imagine. This cannot be said of. Shakyam vaktum. This you cannot say. That in the previous birth he was a monkey. Because if you say so, then I will say the next birth also he will be a monkey. Forever he will be a monkey itself. There is no chance of becoming a man. There is no liberation to them at all. A man will become always a man. Woman will become always a woman then. Because of the vasanas. That cannot be so. Tasmat tam vidya karmani samanvara bhete purva pragya chaiti shrudehe. Because the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 4.4.2, it is stated similar follows. It is said that jiva, the person who is dying, is followed by the knowledge, vidya, karmani, actions, purva pragya, past experiences also. Past experiences also, the past births. All the tendencies go along with him. Along with this birth's actions, this birth's knowledge, and the past experiences. Therefore, according to Shruti, all these things are going along with him. But only those become effective which are related to that particular body. If I am getting a monkey body, only the tendencies of a monkey become effective. The rest of the tendencies are subtle there. Tasmat vasana vashat nashish karma upamardeti shesha karma sambhava. Therefore, just as the case, vasana vat, just as the case of the tendencies, all of them does not get destroyed. Similarly, asheshakara upamardo na asheshakara upamarda, all the actions does not get destroyed. But you have to accept there will be shesha karma sambhava, residual actions are left over. Yata eva, as and because since this is so, tasmat, therefore, sheshena upabhuktat karmana. Sheshena upabhuktat karmana. Sansar upapadite. So it is logical that upapadite is logical that transmigration becomes possible owing to the results of the remaining actions after the actions being enjoyed in the lunar sphere. Only certain fruits of certain actions have been enjoyed in the lunar world. The rest which are left over for that to enjoy them, birth is possible. Transmigration is a possibility. Iti As and because it is so, na kaschit virodha. If you accept in this way, then there will be no contradiction with either any Shruti or any Smriti.